Hey everybody, I'm at the piano today. I'm doing something a little different. Still making tracks, specifically background tracks for a video that I'm putting out hopefully soon by the time you watch this video. But it is about music theory and sort of why you should learn music theory. And in it, I sort of talk about the idea of Western classical music. So I thought it would be a cool idea, instead of the normal lo-fi sort of hip-hop sounding tracks that I normally make, to really err on that style of the classical piano piece. So I'm at my full piano today to try to write some tracks that sound more like that. So let's get into it. My main idea is I'm going to take from pieces that I'm actually practicing right now. What's really coming to mind is the Mozart piece. So it sounds a little better normally. I haven't really warmed up today. The B section specifically. I think that'd be fun to sort of mess around with that because it's not too hard harmonically, just, you know, in the hands, kind of tricky. Then some Debussy things. I'm working on the Flaxen Hair Prelude right now. So that'd be a cool one also. And we're just gonna see what happens. So it's one track, it needs to be about 1 minute and 30 seconds, I think. Ooh. Kind of digging that. I feel like I have a pretty solid A section. It sounds like this. And then I think I want to change. I've also been working on a lot of Schubert songs, and I'm really into this one from the Mill Cycle. So I want to see if I can air into that. So we just finished with this. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. like that. Yeah, let's lay down some tracks, and then I'll see you over at the computer for some mixing and maybe some note tweaking. And here we are, everybody. I have recorded all the notes. I put it into Logic. I fixed any pitches I played wrong. I fixed a lot of the rhythms that I did wrong. And here is what the finished thing looks like. This is with no effects, but you get the idea. So it starts off. Nice. We get that B section. Very cool. And this is something that I actually found out a lot is very helpful for me, especially. I currently take piano lessons. I call myself a pianist, an accompanist, piano player, but I'm always looking to get better. And seeing things I play on the piano roll like this really helps with my voicing and how my fingers are playing. So if you can see this little turnaround idea, right, this... right? This third note is always a little softer than the other ones. And that's like a technique thing that I need to go in and fix. Without any tension. So stuff like that really helps me visualize the things that I need to get better on, right? Here's another good example. This is the main melody line in octaves, right? And you can see the green color is much more pronounced than the accompaniment, right? The velocity is much stronger, meaning that it's brought forward, which is exactly the right idea. Right? There's no confusion on what you should be listening to, right? Then we have our little Schubert sounding section, which at some point, I guess I rushed by a 16th note. So this whole section was off by 1/16th note. It was in time with itself, but I think I just got a little excited at the jump, so I had to fix all that. So here's one I missed, and it's pronounced enough that I am going to fix it. Nice. So that's the end of that section. I was playing around with whether these were going to be super staccato or not, and something about recording virtual instruments that you just need to be aware of is what plays to your strengths, right? So in this example, I can show you I'm using Keyscape. It is my go-to piano plugin. It's got a ton of different settings. I have it on the LA Custom C7 stage setting. I haven't touched any of these settings. This is just right out of the box. And I noticed right off the bat, just straight staccato things just didn't sound as believable, as good in my opinion. And you can sort of hear it with the minory section, wherever it is. Right? Like I'll add some reverb in later, but it just doesn't feel there, right? So I decided that these would be a little more legato than I wanted them to be initially, but I think that paid off in the end. So we finish this section, then keep doing that. Then we have a return of the A. And I didn't really know how to end it. I just had a bunch of ideas happening. So I did the B section again, and then I ended with a very Mozart-esque chord, all tonic. So yeah, that's what the whole piece sounds like. Now I'm going to walk you through how I would mix it. I really like mixing piano pieces because it's really hard to mess up, especially for virtual stuff. And this is a background track, so it's, you know, I'm not looking to change the world with how this mix is going to go. It's going to be very quick fire, easy stuff going on. The first thing I'm going to do is add an EQ, even though this is a virtually recorded instrument. A little thinner sounding, cut out unnecessary low end, and it's going to be under voices, so I want that to like not cut as much, right? Next thing, I will go into the actual Keyscape plugin and I'm going to see how much I can do. I find that, at least with Keyscape, if you adjust things like the reverbs and stuff in the program itself, it doesn't necessarily sound better than with another plugin, but I think it reacts a little more naturally. Okay, next thing we'll add a compressor. I usually like to start with a built-in setting and sort of tweak it. Great, adds a little bit of punch, but it also just evens out the sound. The quiet parts are a little louder, all that good stuff. Let's go here. I'm going to use Decapitator. This is my favorite saturation plugin of all time. It makes everything sound so much better. I pretty much always crank it up to these settings right around 10K there, 50 there is fine. So it just adds some like in-your-faceness to it, which I really, really like. Next, I want to add a second compressor, and we'll just go with the same Fab filter. This is like the go-to for me. Cool. Again, not really looking to change the character too much, but I want to balance the level a little bit more. So I'm going to add another EQ of sorts, but it's going to be a very special one. This is called Soothe 2, and I really like this program. One, the UI is beautiful. I love just looking at this thing. Second, it's a real-time analyzer, and it takes the frequencies that are sort of harsh and quiets them down. Yeah, that sounds great. Next, I'm going to limit it just a little bit, even though we have, this is specifically for the background. I do like it to be at a standard, sort of like mastered level. And that's fine. Knowing that it's just piano, I don't need it to be clipping or anything like that. So we'll give it one listen. Caught ya. Yeah. So yeah, a really quick, really rough master. Like I said, if this were for a more specific project, or if this were going to be the forefront of the video, I would definitely spend a little bit more time on it, but I'm also trying to really use my time wisely. I tend to spend hours and days and weeks mastering things because I just don't feel super confident with it yet. But doing these little projects, you know, giving myself a half hour here, a half hour there to do things, one, I think it is making me a lot better, and two, it's making me use my time more efficiently. So I'm looking at the time. This took about 15 minutes, and that is great. I'm going to lay it in, and nobody is going to care. And that's the name of the game, really. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe for more videos like this, comment. Any sort of interaction helps this channel grow a lot, and I will link to the video that this is in the background of over somewhere on the screen. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.